Hello everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. So today we're going to have an entertaining fun video, an entertaining pick a card. What would sex be like with them? This is someone that you've just been curious about, a fantasy figure, somebody you probably will never get to have sex with, but you're just a bit curious, a bit of a fantasy. And so you can choose one of the options and have a look. So I'm not taking this particularly seriously and I don't want you to either. I just want us to have a bit of a laugh. So before we move on to the usual, if you are interested in a private reading, want to support me on Patreon, follow me on Instagram, or even make a donation to the channel, all the links and all the information that you will need are in the description box. So we have option 1, 2, 3 and 4. I will put the timestamps in the description box and I will also pin them as top comment. So focus on your person of interest, the person that you are curious about. If you were fortunate enough to have the opportunity to be intimate with them, what would it be like? You can close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, open up to it and make your choice. When you feel ready, make your choice, click on the timestamp and meet me there. If you want a little bit more time to do this, please press pause because I'm now going to be moving on to the readings. Okay, those of you that chose option 1, if you got your hands on them, this is what it would be like. Of course, there's no guarantee that you will actually get your hands on them. Let me move that over there. I meant to do that before. So this is from your perspective and this is from their perspective. But of course, because it's a generalised reading, you might choose to read it the other way. That's fine. It's up to you. It's just a bit of fun. So from your perspective, what would it be like to have sex with them? Fun. 4 of Wands. This is playfulness, having a laugh. Yeah, I mean, they're just having fun, enjoying each other, playfulness. So it's a bit of fun for you. I think that's how you go into it, thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to have a good time, fulfill a fantasy, bit of a laugh, not to be taken too seriously. And then it's going to be like you're fighting a pig, like a big fat hog on the beach. That's what you'll be looking like. People have sex. No, I think it's dominion. I hope you're not wrestling them into submission or you're being wrestled into submission. I don't like the sound of that at all. No, I think actually this is about controlling yourself. Strength is always about controlling something in you. So maybe you just want to go at it, but you recognise that, because I mean, we've got yet to look at their cards. Maybe they don't want to go at it hammer and tongs. You know, not everybody does. Some people are very soft and gentle. You might not be. So you might be restraining yourself because you don't want to blow this opportunity. You want to have fun, you want to have a good time, and this is your attitude towards it. But something almost like in the middle of the process or whatever is sort of this controlling of yourself. This I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. The implication within this deck, specifically for strength, is about not allowing outside influences to influence what's going on in the relationship and the sex. Supremacy requires the utmost concentration of magic force to resist outside attack. So it's, you know, the magic of the contact. It's not getting distracted, weirdly. So keeping on focus, but also, I suppose, not rushing ahead of the other person. And we also have Knave of Chalices. That's interesting. So that's about meeting in the middle, communicating, getting over a frustration. So I think within this opportunity, should it, as unlikely as it may seem to a lot of you, happen, you're going in it for fun. But I think through this connection with this person, it changes. We're going to need to see what those are, but it's almost as if you're trying to meet them in the middle and trying to think how to phrase this. It's like you're trying to woo them round to your way of thinking. You know, it's the Page of Cups. Excuse me. So it's about making an offering, coming forward with a message of love. You know, he's trying to write his love letter. So I think you're trying to think of the right thing to say. This is weird because it goes from fun to strength. Let's see what these cards say, because it takes two to tango. So for them, it's Four of Pentacles. So that's like another four. That's good. Slow burning desire. For this person, passion and desire is like a smouldering coal rather than a roaring fire. It's all within them. So you know, he's nurturing her. He's trying to satisfy her and connect. Satisfy her and connect with her. But she's just lying there and absorbing it. So this person's lost in the moment and lost in what's happening. So for you, it's fun. For them, it's a much more of a sensual experience. Yeah. This is a bit more serious than I'm going serious, and I wanted it to be fun. But yeah, they're just completely lost in the moment. But they are, yeah, it's all happening within them. Whereas for you, this is like, that's an intimate scene. That's, you know, a couple out in the back garden on the kids' swing having a bit of a laugh, you know. So there's two completely different agendas. So this suggests to me this is why you are then trying to convince them, no, it's just a bit of fun. It's just like a one-night stand. It's just, this will be just the once. But something's changing. Seven of Wands, because for them it's intimacy, and this is why you're trying to control it, because you don't want it to be intimate, but they are built on intimacy. So for them, having sex, making love, is an intimate act where you are in communication. This is whispering and dispelling secrets and myths. So this is someone that isn't going to hide anything. For them, it's all real. So then, you know, I don't think this person's the fun-loving, casual sex type of person that you might be, or at least you're going with the attitude of, this is my fantasy figure and it would just be a one-off. For them, they don't work that way, and this is why you're trying to change the way you talk about things, you know, communicate with them. And they're embarrassed. This is embarrassment, fears, inhibitions must be dispelled. He's trying to win her over. She's got her back to him and she's just feeling a bit awkward and tense, you know. So disappointing comes across, really, doesn't it? Disappointing. Because they're going to feel embarrassed then that it's much more serious for them than it is for you. I mean, some of you might feel, no, that's me, like, you know, I'm not going to be. They might want the one night stand, and it goes out of their control. It's all going out of their control. Because this person here is like, I don't just sleep around with people. How dare you? I've always liked you. I always thought we liked each other. I thought we were heading towards something serious. And you're like, no. But some of you, you know, for this other person, it might change of, I wanted this to be fun and I want to carry it on being fun, but now actually it's changing for me. I'm just going to look at the Knave of Chalices. See, this, if I can improve this. Knave of Chalices, jealousy. Doubts are slinking along in the distance. You must find a way to communicate and meet in spite of the considerable distance. No, it's not any better. It's just two completely different people with different motives for getting in bed with someone, and it's just going to end up being a bit, you know, they're just going to feel embarrassed and use that they misunderstood that you wanted a bit of fun and they wanted something more serious. Or, you know, because it's a generalised reading and some of you might find that you are this person, they just want a bit of fun and you want it more seriously, and it's not going to work out that way. So yeah, thank goodness it probably won't happen. But just in case this is someone you're sleeping with and you've just jumped on this reading anyway, give yourself some time. Don't rush into anything, and make sure that you're both on an even level, that you both understand what you want from this encounter before you begin it. That would be my advice anyway. But yeah, some of you are hopefully still listening to the end of the reading and taking this seriously, even though I want it to be fun. Yeah, don't rush into anything, because you know, either whichever way resonates with you're on a different level to them, and it doesn't get you anywhere to just use people and gratify yourself at their expense. It's not good vibes, not good karma. So, but otherwise, if this is just a fantasy, like a celebrity or something, they just want a bit of fun. So you take your slow burning love on somebody that deserves it. So there's your reading. You chose option 1. I'm not sure if that's what you expected, but it's what you got. Thank you very much for listening to me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you I don't know how likely it is anyone's going to leave me a comment on this video, but if you feel so inclined, please do. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Hello, those of you that chose option 2, this is your reading. If you were able to get your hands on that person you know is probably unattainable, what would sex be like with them? So, we have the Knight of Chalices. So this is your dream come true. You've been wishing and wanting for this for quite some time, and finally you've got them. You've got your hands on them. And all doubt is dispelled, all other suitors have been vanquished, and the conqueror has won, you know. Anybody else? Gone. You're the one that's got them. Oh, 5 of Chalices, but then actually the word for this card is guilt. But it's like thinking about the past, remembering the past. So I'm hoping that some of you aren't already with someone, because you know this lady's looking at the weird face in the water, but also accepting the offering from him. So some of you are going to be thinking about the past in some way, something that's happened in the past, whether that's like past failures, past experiences, or thinking, you know, if this is someone like you're thinking, oh, this is someone actually I know in my circle, rather than like some distant celebrity or something. You're thinking, oh, am I going to blow this relationship and ruin what we've got? You know, it's a sense of just looking back and feeling guilty and feeling that this might be the wrong thing to do. Yep. Orgy. But you go ahead. You go ahead. It's called Liberating Orgy. This is the devil card with his anatomically incorrect dildo. Yeah, I think you're just going to go ahead and have this. You're going to let go. You're going to let go of, you know, the 5 of Chalices, the 5 of Cups always says, you know, you're dwelling on the past, you're grieving, your sadness, feeling guilty, not moving on. You're going to let go of that and move on, basically, and have great sex. Some of you might decide to do it in an orgy. If that's your thing, whatever. I wouldn't do that, but, you know, I'm thinking it's just letting loose. It's about like this idea of eros, about letting loose, following your desires, following your primitive instincts, because we all are basically animals. So let's see, this is from their perspective. What would sex be like with you? Death card. So yeah, for them it's a change. So for them it's a change in your connection together. Something old is dying off and something new is coming in, and it must happen. Positive. King of Swords, I really don't like that card, but it's talking about strength in love. So I think where you have hesitation, they're like, no, come on, you know, we're not, you know, don't chicken out now, don't back down now, let's go through with it. Obviously you got to be comfortable with that. Don't be pushed into anything you don't want, but it is talking about different types of strength and love. So I think, you know, the King of Swords is somebody who is sort of a master of words, in control of their words, and, you know, so they might talk to you and sway you. As rubbishy and miserable as this picture looks, I don't think this is a miserable experience. I think they're just sort of like, come on, don't lose courage now, don't think about them, or, you know, this is a rebound thing. They don't want you thinking about your ex-partner or the person that you just split up with. They want you to think about them. Oh, and the sun. So that's positive, that's fusion. That's about showing imagery to each other and sharing and orgasm, really, isn't it? You know, so hot sex that makes you both very happy. So yeah, they're going to be really happy at the end of it. It's going to be a pleasurable experience. It's going to be one that you're both going to be very happy with. Yeah, if a bit sordid. No, whatever your thing is, it's not going to be extreme and out of place, because you're going to overall enjoy it. It's going to allow you to let go and enjoy it. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. Could have been worse. You're just going to feel, I mean, this could be the other way around. The other person could feel a bit of hesitation if they're like thinking of it. You know, I mean, don't cheat with anyone. I always think of, you know, they're feeling guilty. The only reason you'll be feeling guilty is deep down you know it's something you shouldn't be doing, but it can be misplaced guilt. But there's a sense that things will be changing, which it would, because you haven't had sex with them before, and now that you are, and you're worried about it, or they're worried about it, but you still go out on ahead and have a good time in bed. So well done you. Of course, this doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen. It's just a bit of fun, but it's a bit of a fantasy and a bit of an ego boost, isn't it? So yeah, there's your reading. Probably not what you were expecting, but what you got. So saying to again, I sort of doubt more and more that, and I'm going to get many comments on this video, but just in case you do, I'll be interested to see what you think. Please take very good care of yourself. I wish you all the best of luck for the future, and thank you for listening. Bye. Okay, those of you that chose option 3, if you could manage to get your hands on that special someone you probably deep down don't think you are going to, what would sex be like with them? So this is from your perspective. Oh, sorry, I have had a drink of water, but it keeps on going dry. Sorry. This is from your perspective. So, oh, the Magician. This is a courtship. This is what the word associate. All the cards have a word associated with them, and a little bit of a meaning. This is courtship. You want to woo them. I think you want to be in a relationship with them. And also it's a magician, so you want to show them everything you've got, all your tricks and skills. You're putting on a performance. You really want to impress this person and win them over. And because it's courtship, I suspect you'd want to be in a relationship with this person. 10 of Chalices, it's fulfilling, very emotionally fulfilling, very emotionally satisfying, that you've got to be with this person and you're getting to be with them, and that you're getting to be intimate with them. It's the 10 of Cups, happily ever after, happy family, emotionally satisfied, you know, and she's very, very happy. I mean, he's wandering off, but she's sort of offering him the fig. There's an offering of abundance and fruitfulness. So yeah, you really, really want to be happy and show them, and you're getting to do that, so you're really happy with it and you're happy to be with them. And this is not like excitement that you would expect if you got to, you know, have sex with someone that you wanted to have sex with. This is an emotional happiness. You know, I suspect, you know, it's like that you feel that you might love this person, that there's a deep emotional connection to this person. So you're really happy about it because you're getting your chance to show them what you're made of. Ooh, 9 of Swords. Now, obviously, normally 9 of Swords is like the sad card, but not in this deck. It's about giving it your all, actually. This is really making sense. Giving it your all to dispel all myths. It's like putting all your effort in and, you know, keep trying. At the end of it, you're going to want to go again. Round 2. But also I think because of this implication that there's real feelings here on your part, that you want to sleep with them again and again and again. You know, you don't want this to be a one-off. I think this is sort of wanting love. So yeah, your person of interest, I think you really, really like them. You really, really like them. And you want to get with them to show that. Yeah, it talks about rubbing. You just want to still be with this person when it's, you know, sort of over and done with. You still want to hug them, be close to them, have sex again. Yeah, you must begin again after each error. So it's like if you feel it hasn't gone very well, you're like, no, come on, we can do it again. I'll show you even more. You know, like, I know so much. Once isn't enough. I have to keep showing you. Which I am impressed by your determination and stamina. So from their perspective, what's, you know, the sex like? Two of Swords. So they're fully aware of what you're offering and what you're asking for. You're asking for your opportunity to show them, to woo them, and they know that. And so they're really sort of, I don't want to offer you more than I can give. You know, it's invitation. He's offering her the flower. There's an invitation here, come with me, you know, whatever. And she's like, oh, I'm not sure, you know, maybe I like you, but I don't know if I like you. I don't know if this is something that I want in my life. And I don't want you to get your hopes up and feel upset and feel I've misled you. You know, that they're fully aware of it, and they're not going to offer more than they can give. So, but you're happy with that because all you wanted was your opportunity to have a go and to woo them. So they're not going to offer more than they can give. So yeah, that's good. Somebody who understands what's going on. And then they do, obviously. This is why you're really happy. It's sort of, what's the phrase on the Fool? It's really, really good. It's sort of giving into spontaneous desire. So they sort of say, okay, come on, let's go on this journey. Let's do it. Let's have a bit of fun. You understand that I'm not promising to speak to you tomorrow or that this will lead to a relationship, and you're saying that's fine because I just want to have a go, and you're convinced, absolutely in your powers to convince them that you're the one for them. Erotic outburst, surrendering to love. That's the Fool. That was it. Surrendering to love. So they might have real affection back for you, but they're just not sure that maybe you're compatible or that you're right for each other. But then it's this sort of willingness to surrender to it and to free themselves from uncertainty and just sort of find out for themselves. It's like an agreement that until, you know, it's given a go, they're not going to know. And you are aware of that because you just want to know. That's why you're giving it your all, because you want to know. And we have the Six of Pentacles. And so for them, they're just living in the moment. There is no past, there is no future, there's only now. It's the magic of the cut apple, and it sort of actually implies boredom. But really the tagline I feel really resonates with this is that whatever happened before in life and whatever's going to happen in the future doesn't matter. And so you completely distract them. They give over to this moment, to this opportunity, because it's sort of been established, you know, what they can and can't give them and all the rest of it. And they lose themselves completely in the moment. There's only now. There's only the present. There's no past, there's no future, and they're just completely going to enjoy it and let loose and give themselves over to it. And from your perspective, that would be absolutely magnificent because that's what you want. You don't want them thinking about past lovers or future lovers especially. You want to have them focused on you and to explore this with them. So yeah, now this is interesting because, as I said, I just wanted this to be a bit of a laugh, a bit of fun, bit of fantasy. But a fourth card came out for this person, and it insisted on coming out, so I accepted it. And the fourth card for this person is Judgment, which is love at first sight. And the Judgment card is hearing the call. So having a big loud sound, I would hope that means orgasm, because that's the point, isn't it? But also it's something that was dead or you know, lying dormant is suddenly resurrected. You know, it's hearing the call, and it's love at first sight. You know, this couple, they're living their life, and suddenly the weird little cherub angel comes along, blows the trumpet, and they're like, oh, oh, oh. So from their perspective, or from my interpretation of the reading, you wanted your opportunity, you get it, and you do your absolute best at it, and you do make them very happy. But also you might actually, for some of you, if this was a true real life situation, which as I say, I'm not sure, you have convinced them. This is the love at first sight, hearing the call, Judgment card. It's being reborn. We're accepting that something that was dead is now not no longer dead. So I don't know, maybe it's been a long time for them, you know. They've forgotten what it's like. The magic of sound. Sound changes the level of the spirit. The unexpected bursts forth to transform a stagnant situation. Yeah, you make them very, very happy, and it's shocking to them. So what was stagnant is now no longer stagnant. So actually, I sort of do hope this happens for you, because it seems really beautiful. And I'm laughing, but actually it's really, really sweet. It's really, really sweet. Those of you who chose option 3, it's almost life-changing. And so, yeah, even if it's not with your person of, you know, that you had in mind, I do hope that actually you have an experience like this, because it sounds lovely. So, as I said with the others, and I'll say with the fourth, last final one, if you feel inclined, please leave me a comment. I'm not sure a video of this nature will get many, but that doesn't matter. I just want you to enjoy it. Otherwise, please take very good care of yourself. I wish you all the best of luck for the future, and thank you very much for listening to me. Bye. Okay, those of you that chose option 4, this is your reading. If you could get your hands on that person of interest, what would it be like if you could have sex with them? And I will repeat, it doesn't mean that you're actually going to get them. It's just a bit of fun. So, this is from your perspective of what would the sex be like? Oh, enjoyable. This is about having fun, and obviously it's the 3 of chalices, so it's letting loose and having fun. It's yeah, I mean, they're just completely abandoned to it. It's passionate. Magic of the egg. The egg is a promise of life. So yeah, just a disclaimer, just in case there's a small possibility this is a person that you might actually get hold of. Use birth control, because promise of the egg is a baby, isn't it? But it indicates improvement, success in love, and relief from heartbreak. So some of you might have had a bit of a broken heart, and you've got to be with this person who's going to cheer you up. You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to get hold of this person, I'm going to have a bit of fun, this is wonderful. Maybe a bit of a rebound, but either way, yeah, a bit of unhappiness. So also, 10 of Wands. So from your perspective, you're having a lot of fun, and you're giving them a lot of pleasure as well, because it's about the man and the woman meeting together and fusing, and obviously it's the 10 of Wands, and he's like putting lots of effort in. They're having fun, they're letting loose, and they're enjoying each other. So it's satisfactory, it's really enjoyable to you, this sexual experience. It's something that you're working at, you're putting the effort in for it to be good, and so are they, or at least from your perspective. Mutually satisfying. King of Wands, and I think then there's a bit of, you know, that's 2 ones we've got here. I always like this card because it's so sweet that they're cuddling and they're intimate together, and so I think that, yeah, there is a sort of you feel the intimacy with this person. It's been enjoyable, you've made each other happy, and in a sense that you've committed to the experience. You know, the King of Wands in this one, he's committed to her, he's taking care of her, he's loving her, and because of this determination, you know, to satisfy each other, to commit to each other's pleasure. So yeah, you're completely engaged in it, you want to have fun, you want to have happiness, and you're willing to put the effort in to do that, and you want them to feel good and have a good time, and that's very good doings. That's really good attitude to have anyway in bed with anyone. You want to have fun, but you want to make sure they have fun, and you've got a commitment to that with this person. So from their perspective, what's the sex like? Oh, Knight of Swords. I always find that card creepy. From their perspective, this is about you, which is weird. This is about, like, sometimes you're the one that's getting the whipping and having your hair tugged. Tomorrow it'll be her turn, it'll be the other way around, that he's on all fours and she's got the whip and holding on his hair. So is this like the idea that today it's for you, tomorrow it's for them? But maybe, you know, maybe they're under the impression that this is for them and not for you. Let's see what the rest of the cards say. But yeah, that's generally the being the hunted, that maybe that you have convinced them to sleep with you, and they're thinking, well, okay, I'll just do it for them. Which, I mean, if you feel this side resonates with you, don't do it just to please other people. 5 of Wands. Somebody's watching. Oh no. No, it does mean watching. They're thinking someone's watching. I think they're concerned that other people might know. Why would that be? Who are you thinking about? Who are you thinking about? From their perspective, they're worried about someone seeing it. The other meaning on this is not feeling bad about it. So I don't think they're like distraught over it. Because, I mean, the actual general meaning with this card anyway is that this man here is looking at them and thinking, well, good for him, good for them to get some sex. One day it'll be me. You know, he's not standing there thinking, oh, it's never me. He's thinking, oh, good for them. One day I'll be the one out in the garden. Someone's seeing me. And that's a repeat of this idea that today it's your turn, you know, today you're the hunter, tomorrow you're the hunted. That's peculiar. I'm going to see what this final card says. Knave of Wands. Again, this is about appearance. So what they're going to do is, although they're worried about other people knowing, and that maybe, you know, it's almost like a dry spell and they're breaking the dry spell. Okay, it's for you, but I don't want anyone to know. But then they lose track of that and they get lost in the moment, because it's really about being lost in the moment, for ignoring appearances and just going for, you know, what you feel, following your instincts, following your emotions, passion. So they get lost in the moment. Yeah. I'm just going to see what else it says about the Knave of Wands, because I know it's about being lost in the euphoria of it, but I'm going to see what else to see if it can help me. Knave of Wands. Abandon. Magic of the olive branches. The eccentricities of character do not necessarily lead to unreliability. You must look beyond appearances to see the essence of the feelings. So they do, they just, because whatever doubt they had are sort of, in a sense, dispelled. Like, they possibly thought, oh no, this is, you know, okay, let's, you know, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. It's not, you know, they're consenting. But they're a bit thinking, oh, what's everybody going to think? And then, because you're so committed to making it enjoyable for them as well as yourself, that you want it to be an equal experience, and you want, in a sense, an intimacy of it, a cuddle, and you know, an emotional, you know, the reward that, you know, everybody wants from sex. They get into it. They really get lost in the moment, and they stop thinking about appearances, the way they look, the way you look. Oh, that could be it. Maybe they're worried about how they look. You don't care. You don't care at all. But they might be inhibited in some way. But you convince them that none of that matters, and that and they get lost in the moment of it. They stop worrying about how they look. That's it, they're watching, they're not worrying about how they look, they're then completely lost in the moment and forget about caring about it. And maybe that's what that is going on for with the Knight of Swords, is this sense of, well, maybe I feel a bit funny today, but tomorrow they'll feel a bit funny, you know. Yeah. I couldn't understand that, but I'm starting to think that I do. Whatever their motivation for the watching is, whether it's fears of being watched or seen from a perspective that people know that you've done it together, or that this is a visible connection, or literally you want to do it outside, because, you know, this is from your perspective it's concealed and private and intimate. From their perspective it's out in the open and exposing them, and this might be an internal thing. And as I say, you don't care, this is their concern, but you do make them lose that. They stop worrying about it, and then they come into the same place as you, as a tree area where you're not exposed, it's private, and they don't care anyway. And then ultimately the end thing is that you're still in the bushes, in the trees, but now you sorry, got capes on, and you're cuddling, and there's this intimacy. I do like, as much as I don't like the King of Swords card, I really like the King of Wands card, because it looks so lovely and sweet. Embracing closely the magic of the bracelet with the 9 knots. I don't know where the bracelet, oh there's the bracelet with the 9 knots. Commitment is important. The conquest derives from quiet willpower and mutual determination to offer yourselves to each other. So from your perspective, you've made each other happy. And that's true, because they completely forget what was holding them back, this sort of sense of exposure, and get lost in the moment. So that's good. So yeah, that's your reading. Those of you chose option 4. It might not be what you're expecting, but it's what you got. So if you want to, leave me comments, but I understand if I don't only get one comment, which is me pinning the timestamps to top comment. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the reading and you found it as much as fun as I had giving them. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself, and thank you very much for listening to me. Bye.